The wait for North Bay's casino may be a little longer than expected. Good afternoon, I'm Andrew Hawkridge. Here are today's top stories. Don't expect a final decision on the casino issue until the end of the year. OLG spokesperson Tony Batonte says they are right now in stage 2 of a 3-stage process. He says the request for a pre-qualification stage will wrap up in a month, and then after that, the bidding stage will ensue, followed by the short list of proprietors. He says keep in mind the bidders must be interested in opening 5 casinos, not just in North Bay. He says this is called a bundle bidding process, and the proprietor must also be interested in opening casinos in Kenora, Thunder Bay, Sudbury, and Sault Ste. Marie. He says these are not large properties in the north, so the building process is good for economies of scale purposes. Over the weekend, the North Bay Police responded to 194 calls for service that resulted in 14 arrests. Offenses include weapons, dangerous, assault, domestic assaults, impaired driving, breach of court orders, and public intoxication. Meanwhile, a 59-year-old North Bay man is facing charges after residents in an apartment building were threatened with a gun on Friday. The man was waving the gun around, threatening to kill tenants, and then went into his apartment. The man answered his door when police came knocking, but they had to taser him because he was still holding the gun. It turns out the gun was a pellet gun. The man is charged with possession of a weapon dangerous to the public peace, using a firearm in the commission of an offense, and uttering death threats. North Bay firefighters responded to a fire on Regina Street at the northeast corner of Laurier earlier this morning. Damage is expected to be considerable to the home. The blaze broke out just after 7:30 a.m. and firefighters were on the scene within minutes. When firefighters arrived, they first saw smoke coming from the home, followed by flames, and then part of the roof gave way. Everyone was able to make it out of the home safely, and it doesn't appear anyone was hurt. This is the community's second house fire in as many weeks. Northern Ontario's 6 colleges, including Canadore and North Bay, have signed a collaboration deal to improve student access to programs and services. The agreement increases learning opportunities for students. Under the deal, the colleges will also create recruitment strategies that identify skilled shortages in the north. Iranian state TV reports that the nation has successfully sent a monkey into space. Today's report said the monkey was sent up in a rocket to a height of 120 kilometers, but gave no other details, only that the monkey returned safely. 3 years ago, Iran sent a mouse, a turtle, and worms into orbit. Iran has said it seeks to send an astronaut into space as part of its ambitious aerospace program, but the U.S. and its allies worry that the technology could also be used to develop long-range missiles that could potentially be armed with nuclear warheads. In local sports, 4 different North Bay Junior A Trappers scored in their 4-2 win over Blind River Sunday afternoon. This after a 6-1 loss Saturday night against the Sioux Thunderbirds. Bo Orser had a goal to open the scoring for the Trappers in the first period, but that was all they would get. The Thunderbirds scored 4 goals in the second and beat the Trappers for the second consecutive game. In the OHL, Brandon Robinson scored in the winning goal in the third period as the Brampton Battalion edged the visiting Peterborough Petes 2-1 on Sunday afternoon. Barclay Goodrow opened the scoring for the Battalion with a power play goal midway through the first before the Petes tied the game late in the second. The Toronto Maple Leafs look for a rare win at home when they play host to the Carolina Hurricanes tonight. The Leafs have won just once at the Air Canada Centre this season, their worst start on home ice since dropping their first 6 games in 2009. The Canucks and Oilers are the only other Canadian teams in action, with Vancouver playing in Edmonton. Canada made Davis Cup history yesterday when Milos Raonic won his singles match in straight sets to clinch the best-of-5 series with Spain. Canada advances to the second round of the Davis Cup World Group for the first time and will play Italy in the next round. The Miami Heat are back home to host Charlotte a night after they beat the Raptors in Toronto. Former Raptor Chris Bosh scored 13 of his 28 points in the fourth quarter as the Heat ran away with a 100-85 victory. The game is one of 8 tonight in the NBA. The Raptors are off until Wednesday when they host the Boston Celtics. Looking on to today's forecast, today we'll see mixed precipitation with a high of 2 degrees. Isolated flurries still continuing overnight with temperatures dropping to -7. Tomorrow, mainly cloudy skies and temperatures around -6 degrees. Wednesday sees flurries continuing to fall with temperatures expected to be around -3. Temperatures rising for Valentine's Day on Thursday to -2 with a mix of rain and snow. And for Friday, more flurries and temperatures hovering around -5. It's currently -2 degrees out there. For more news, visit our website at theclaw.ca. For CRFM News, I'm Andrew Hawkridge.